At 2 years old, I took my first ballet class. By 8 years old, I was a fully fledged competitive dancer. Can I ask, has anyone ever seen the show Dance Moms? Yeah, you've seen Dance Moms? If you haven't, let me give you a short rundown. So Dance Moms was a reality television show that aired in the early 2010s, featuring a young group of girls and their mothers navigating the ruthless world of competitive dance, in which they would be subjected to constant pressure, anxiety, and perfectionism. The difference between my competitive dance years and Dance Moms is that they filmed Dance Moms. Let me tell you, I was cutthroat. I devoted hours and hours each day to achieving something statistically impossible: perfection. I clawed my way through girls, up rankings, scholarships, titles. I craved top spot, top of the pyramid. By 12 years old, I was training 15 hours a week. By 13, entering multiple competitions a year. By 14, entering over 10 solos in a single competition. By 15, I was done. And no, it wasn't an injury. Because by then, I had completely drained my mind and my body. My body began to give up on me, and my mind began to give up on my body. I stopped showing up to dance training. I pulled out of solos minutes before going on stage, and my mind had essentially lost the ability to tell my body what to do. I had turned pure ambition and aspiration and, frankly, talent into dread and fatigue. Put simply, I was burnt out. But this is not a story with an unhappy ending. Today, I propose to you the question, is this burnout? Or is this simply a breakthrough? Now, for those of you who haven't experienced burnout or don't know what it is, let me enlighten you. To be honest, the first thing that came up when I Googled what is burnout on Google to prepare for this TED Talk defines burnout as a state of mental, physical, and emotional exhaustion. If we're speaking historically, in Graham Greene's novel, A Burnout Case, the word burnout is first ever introduced in history to describe the story of an architect who found neither meaning in his profession nor pleasure in his life. Now, I believe that as high school students, a lot of you will recognize this definition within yourselves. Have you ever questioned the value in what you're learning? Yeah. Do you ever have to drag yourself to school? Do you ever lack the energy to do your work properly? Yeah. Well, if you raise your hand, if you said yes, then according to actual research, you may have or have had burnout at some point in your high school career, or in my case, even before high school, right? And this is a very real phenomenon that is recognized by medical professionals. And if you're anything like me, there's this constant pressure hanging around your neck like a cowbell, and it's got arms and legs and a face, and it says, success, success, success. I know at least 10 people headed on this path towards burnout, and those 10 people know at least 10 more. It's not helping that a lot of us are actually headed towards extremely academically rigorous programs next year, in an incredibly academically rigorous school. We're all together on this ferocious expedition for success, and it's hard. Now, a lot of studies emphasize the importance of getting enough sleep, developing good eating habits, physical exercise, and good time management skills to avoid burnout. I'm sorry, but if the key to avoiding burnout is achieving perfection in every aspect of my life, then I'm right back where I started. So instead of drawing up a 10-page plan to monitor and control every inch of your life, I want you to imagine burnout as a math problem. Let's say you have an equation in front of you, whether it's linear, quadratic, algebraic, does not matter. There's always a set of steps that you must follow in order to solve it. Now, unless you're vying for a Nobel Prize, which I hope you aren't, you're not going to be solving one of those millennium math problems where tons and tons of factors and calculations come into play. You don't need to solve everything around you to get to the solution of that one problem. Your solution should be unique to you. Now, let's say you have a problem. You're first going to be asked to analyze it, right? So study your own behavioral patterns. You might feel more tired when you wake up later in the morning, or you might have scheduled too many things or social events in one day and feel your social battery drained for days afterwards. Notice these things. These are your causes. Now, I could stand here and list to you a comprehensive list of causes of burnout from some sort of medical website, but I'm not going to do that because realistically, we all have our own causes, right? Now, I'll ask you to take this one step further and find a correct method, if you will. Expand, factor, rearrange what feels correct. Is that organizing and color coding your calendar for the week? Does that make you feel organized? Or does making sure you get all 3 meals in a day make you feel energized? Notice these things. These are your options. These are the tasks and activities that you must choose to accomplish. These are your small victories. This is how you are going to define, how you are going to measure success. And then you pick one. And you can pick whatever you want if you know that it's going to benefit you, right? But I don't know that. I don't know what that is. I don't know what's going to be best for you. I can't stand here and tell you that. Which is why I urge you to actually not skip those first steps and take the time to analyze your own life. You can't just follow the routine for a lifestyle influencer for a week. It doesn't work like that. You don't catch a glimpse of someone else's answers on a test paper and go, yeah, that sounds right. Or at least I don't know about you. But take that time to fine-tune those options for you. And then you do it. I want you to remember this acronym. C-O-P-E, COPE. C, find your causes. O, evaluate your options. P, pick. And E, execute. You're looking at me right now thinking, Bella, that's not easy. And you'd be right. It's not easy. It's actually really, really hard. It requires serious commitment. But the sad truth about self-evaluation and self-growth is that people don't change unless change is the only option. So don't let it be your only option. Because frankly, I know a lot of people in this very room who are incredibly blessed with options. So take advantage of those resources. The most important resource being you, right? You're with yourself 24/7 from the day you are born to the day you die. That's not going to change. Take advantage of you as a resource. And at the end of the day, the best realization that an experience with burnout can give you is that you're not at rock bottom. You've just found this key to unlocking your potential. Before I told you that I quit my 13-year competitive dance career because of burnout, you might call it unlucky, but I call it the best gift ever given to me because it has forced me to reevaluate what I call success. Getting to dance once or twice a week and actually looking forward to it, that's my success. No longer fueling unhealthy competition. That's my success. Those small victories I mentioned before, that should be enough for you to call success. So find those small victories. Now I'll leave you with this. 1, recognize the signs of burnout before you reach them. 2, take those negative experiences of burnout and utilize them. 3, redefine your ideal of success. This is how you break through. Thank you.